The new Spider-Man is almost here, airing on January 29th. They just dropped the official trailer not too long ago, and I have to say, it's looking pretty good. The art style is following what I would like to say the new trend of Marvel's extended products. Both of them, in mind, Miles Morales Spider-Man took a very unique style. Now, the friendly neighborhood Spider Man is also joining in and doing something drastically different in terms of art style. It looks really good. Now, I'm going to be breaking down some things that I saw in the trailer in this presentation, and I hope you guys stick around for it. Okay. The first thing I really wanted to strike is the approach to Peter Parker this time around, right? Because they have, obviously Aunt May, Norman Osborn, and Harry Osborn, and that's pretty much it in terms of what they have shared. Where there's the normal cast of characters, right? There's only those four. There hasn't been any talk of Flash, MJ, Gwen Stacy, nothing like that. Not even the new Ned. Instead, they're having Norman Osborn play the double role of Iron Man mentor from the MCU and Ned from MCU. He's going to be both, and he's going to basically help Peter tackle the role of Spider Man and maybe even be a scientist. I think this is really cool because I'm sure that Norman's going to make Spider-Man look more and more like a villain, which will help with the public skepticism that Spider-Man normally gets, right? He's the bad guy, he's the villain. So I'm sure Norman's going to actually make him do crimes, which is a really spicy take. Now, something I'd like to mention is this girl right here being uh, a girl called Nico, I believe. So they decided to have a completely different female character for Spider Man or Peter Parker, which is kind of refreshing as they're having it what I assume is present day. So, new female character spice things up a little bit, allows us with this new concept of Norman Osborn and Peter Parker's relationship, allows us to tread waters we've never seen before, and we can't really compare it to any other Spider Man story that we've seen before. Now, with that being said, when we look at this guy, with some research, I found that this guy's full name is the same as Tombstone. So, is that foreshadowing of him becoming a villain for a gang later on? Is that going to be a big twist? Right now, what I'm seeing from the trailer is they're basically showing us mainly the first episode. What's going to happen in that first episode? We're going to get 10 of them. So I'm sure a lot's going to happen, but I think they're just rushing us with visuals from the initial episode, and I think it's going to be fast. And we're going to be getting into story where a lot of transformation is going to happen, and maybe even some characters will drop in for little cameos if they want to do something like that. Because I just don't see them ending this show without showing us at least Flash Thompson or Mary Jane or even Gwen Stacy. Like those are the three main characters that I'm looking out for. Right now, it's gonna be Nico, Harry Osborn, and Peter taking on the world, and you have this Tombstone guy here who's kind of in the mix, but I feel like he might be the main villain of the show. Hence why he's in this image. And if I go back one, I believe that that's him running right there. But I could be wrong. That's just really far speculation. But so far, story seems pretty solid. Art style is really nice. If anything, this will be a fun thing to watch. Very similar how Miles Morales, Spider-Man, or Into the Spider-Verse was. It was very pleasing art style, very cool. I think this one's perfect for a series, and I can't wait to watch. Now, last thing, let's talk about his initial suit. He eventually changes into a more advanced suit, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I feel like they revealed it in the trailer as a trick where he's gonna have that suit for a few episodes, not for the whole season. I think he's gonna don the classic red and blue eventually, but I like this take on his homemade suit. Right, got the I think air compressed web shooters with the tubes that looks really cool, and then you have this like hockey jersey, sweatpants with some kind of flat skater shoes looking thing. It all just looks really nice. And overall, I'm super happy about this project. It looks really good, and they're going in a direction that I don't think a lot of people can actually predict. So, we're actually going to be in for a brand new story. We'll see if it's good. I think that some projects have tried to do a unique Spider Man story, and it's quickly unraveled. So, we'll see how this goes. In my opinion, the last time I think to the Ultimate Spider-Man, where Peter Parker story there was not done real well in the comics, in my opinion. With Norman Osborn knowing Spider-Man is Peter Parker, it led to a lot of weird situations, and eventually, just Peter Parker ended up dying in that story, and that's how we got Miles Morales. Which no complaints there, but it just feels like the Ultimate Comics really sped ran Peter Parker Spider Man, and maybe that was intentional, but the story was just really weird to me, and I hope that's not the case. I hope we get a really good Peter Parker Spider Man story, and they're starting him young. He's a freshman in high school. That's 15 years old. So there's a lot of growth potential. We're going to get, in my opinion, the best years of Spider Man, which is high school, right? I think high school is where Peter Parker has the toughest decisions, the most complications, and he's still an unknown superhero. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.